Hello everyone, this is Arlene coming to you from my basement studio. Today I am bringing you a chair-based workout, primarily chair-based. We will be getting up and doing some standing exercises too. So this is a class for those with limited mobility due to injuries or accidents. Also for people with chronic pain. We're going to focus on increasing mobility, very gentle movements. We're going to focus on our posture and some strength. So equipment today, you will need a chair, preferably one with a flat bottom that you can sit on, nothing too cushy that you're going to recline back in, something you can sit up straight in. Also something that your feet can be flat on the ground. You don't have to be reaching for that ground. And another chair too, we are going to do some sit to stands. So if you have another chair you might want to use for support for coming up to stand, you might need to hang on to that. We're going to use some weights, so hand weights if you have them. If you don't have them at home, you can also use a couple water bottles or a couple soup cans for some light resistance. You may also choose to do the exercises without any weight at all. A few other important things, wearing running shoes, some shoes with a good sole on them to help you for support for your feet and balance. Also your exercise area, if you can have that free from anything that's on the floor that you could possibly trip over, just tuck everything away for now. Yes, so if you're exercising and you're experiencing any unusual pain or getting unduly tired, know that you can take a rest. If you need to seek medical attention, please do that. And let's get started. So our seated setup, just finding those feet flat on the floor. Our knees are going to be in line with our ankles. Our back is going to be up away from the back of that chair. We're just going to take a nice big inhale, lengthening up through the center of our bodies. Exhale, sinking our shoulders down, breathing here. And let's just start by focusing on our breath. The reason we're doing this is we want to strengthen that diaphragm muscle, our main muscle in breathing, and those little muscles between the ribs, the intercostals. So let's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let's take one hand to the center of our chest, the other to the center of our bellies. Inhaling through the nose, feeling the chest rise, belly rise, exhaling, sinking back. Being soothed by this rhythm. If you feel like you're really grasping for that breath, just scale it back a little bit. Nice, even breaths. Just a couple more. Keep breathing, just slide those hands down to our legs, and let's start to work on that neck mobility. So always being very kind and gentle with our necks. We're going to point that chin forward and draw it back, pointing forward, drawing back. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. Good, let's do two more and one more. Drawing that head back, keeping it nicely centered over those neck muscles, taking pressure off those neck muscles and shoulders. And let's add a little bit of breath into our movement on this one. We're going to inhale, tip that nose and chin up slightly, Exhale, facing forward. Inhaling, tipping up. Exhaling forward. When we're inhaling and tipping up, we're just looking on a diagonal towards the wall and ceiling in front of us. Exhaling, facing forward. Let's do 2 more. On that second one, we're going to bring our chin down to our chest. Just 1 more. And chin comes all the way down to the chest. Breathing here. Feeling that good stretch through the back of our neck. And let's face forward again. We're just going to take our head from side to side. So let's inhale, lengthen up through that spine again. Exhale, head to one side. Inhale through the center. Exhale, head to the other side. Again, slow and gentle, coaxing some mobility in that neck. And let's just hold over to one side, breathing here. Shoulders relaxed. And let's inhale, flow through center. Exhale and hold to the other side, breathing here. And facing forward again, let's allow those arms to come down to our sides. We're going to inhale, float those shoulders up towards our ears. Exhale down. Keep this going. So again, just coaxing some mobility into those shoulders. They may be painful, so be gentle. 2 more. And 1 more. Releasing those hands down, breathing here. Let's make a 4-point movement with our shoulders. So we're going to bring them forward, up, back, and down. Let's do that again. Forward, up, back, and down. 1 more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Still sitting up nice and tall. And let's bring those hands back to our legs. We're going to start a little flow here. You can just do the arm motions. You can add the breath in with them if you want. So we're going to be lifting up those hands. Palms are facing down. We're going to slide them forward just up to shoulder height. Then we're going to turn those palms up, draw them back in. Palms down, sliding forward, turn those palms up, drawing them back in. If you want to add in the breath, inhaling up, exhaling, drawing them back. Let's keep this going. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Just holding here, breathing here. Second movement, we're going to take those arms out to the side and bring them back in. So out to the side, back in, working on those little muscles in the rotator cuff. If you want to add your breath in with this one, we're inhaling, opening up the arms, exhaling, bringing them forward. Inhale, open, exhale, forward. Let's do 4 more and hold. Good, last one. Hold them forward. So our next move, we're going to be circling our arms up and then down, brushing those legs. So when we circle up, you can bring the arms in front of the chest at first, maybe in front of your face. If your shoulders are feeling okay, then bring them up a little higher. Maybe you just want to progress that as we go. And adding our breath in with this one if you like. So inhale, circling up. Exhale, releasing down. Keep it going. Let's do 2 more and hold. 1 more. Holding here, breathing here. We're going to make a flow out of those 3 moves. So hands come up, palms down. Let's inhale, slide forward. Exhale, palms up, draw back. 3 more. And 2. last one, we're going to take our arms out to the sides. Inhaling, open. Exhale, forward. Good. 3 more. And 2. 1 more, and we'll circle swoop those arms up just to where it's comfortable for you. Inhaling up. Exhale down. 4 more, and then we're going to add in a hip hinge. So let's widen our feet out. 2 here. Good. 1 more. And then on this next one, let's add in that hip hinge. Inhaling up, exhaling, hinge forward from the hips. Let's go again. Inhale up, exhale, hinge forward from the hips. So adding in that upper body movement. Let's do 2 more. We're going to hold forward. 1 more. Holding here, breathing here. So when we're in this position, I want your head to be in line with your spine. Back is in a neutral position rather than rounded back or sinking forward through that spine. Nice neutral position. And then from here, we're going to extend and flex that spine. Again, coaxing that mobility. When we go, make it a smaller motion. If it's feeling okay for you, no pain, then you can make it a little bit bigger. So inhaling, chest is up, face is up. Exhaling, round back, look towards that belly button. Inhaling, chest up, face up. Exhale, round back. Let's keep this going. I'm just going to turn and show you what it looks like from the side. Stay facing forward. Let's do 4 more, and we'll hold in that rounded position. 2 more. 1 more. And let's hold here, breathing here. Back is rounded, stretching out those upper back muscles, and let's slowly come up, stacking 1 vertebra at a time on top of each other. Roll those shoulders back and down once you're all the way up. 2 more times with our shoulder rolls. 1 more time. Good. We're going to start to move a little bit faster now, getting those legs involved in our warm-up. So let's just start marching it out with the legs. Marching movement. And we're going to take this marching movement out wide. Get those arms going too. Good. Let's come back to narrow. And wide. Let's do that a couple more times. Narrow. And wide. And narrow. Good. One last time. Wide march. And let's take it narrow. Okay, we're going to change this march to a heel tap in front. So we're just going to extend those legs one at a time into a heel tap. Let's put our hands on our hips for now. Get those feet going first. Start when you're ready. Heel taps forward. Good. Toes are up, heels are down. Extending that leg. You can keep your hands here, or you can add in a press. So just pressing those hands forward as those feet come forward. And let's bring those hands back to our hips. We're going to change the feet. We're going to do a toe tap out to the side. So let's do 4 more of these. 3, 2, 1, toe tap here. Extend that leg out to the side, tapping the toes. Staying with your hands here, or we can add those arms as well. They just come out with the legs. Out to the side. And let's bring our hands back to our hips again. We're going to change these feet. We're going to tap those toes up right in front. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Toe tap up right in front. So arms can stay here. Or if you want to add the arms in this one, it's going to be a triceps press back. And then we're going to go all the way around with those movements. Let's do 4 more than heels front, 2, 1, heels front. Add in those arms if you can. Good, 4 more inside, 3, 2, 1, out to the side. Good, 4 more, then tap it up, 4, 3, 2, 1, tap in front, press those arms back. Four more, 3, 2, heel presses front again. Just 4 more inside, 4, 3, 2, side out. 4 more, tap in front, tap in front. 4 more and march it out, 3, 2, 1, march it out. Good, hopefully you're starting to feel warmed up at this point. We're gonna plant those feet and we're gonna grab our weights for our first weight exercise. Remember, we want to stay up as tall as we can, neutral spine. We're going to bring that belly button, pull it gently in towards our spine as well. So our hands are going to be up in a W position. If you want to do it unweighted, you can. All we're going to do is squeeze back, release forward for those upper back muscles. So grab your weights if you want, come on back. Good, so we're going for 12 here. Let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring those weights down. We're just going to rest them on our legs. We're going to keep a nice firm grip on them though. We don't want them falling on our toes. So leg exercises. We're going to go one leg at a time. We're going to lift up that foot a little bit, extend that foot forward, lift again, and down. Same leg. Lift, extend, lift, and down. Let's keep this going. Strengthening those muscles in our upper legs, the quadriceps. Good, let's do 4 more on this side and then we're going to move to the other side. And 2, and 1. Okay, other leg, same thing. Let's come back to sitting up tall. Our tendency there is to kind of lean back a little bit. That's where we need to use those muscles in that belly, in that core to help us stay up. Okay, let's go with that other leg. Let's lift, extend, another little lift, and then bend back. Lift, extend, lift, and down. Keep it going. All right, we want 4 more on this side. And 2. Last one. Good. Let's come back to those arms. So come back up, W arms. Let's squeeze back, release forward. Squeeze and release. If I came around to look at your upper back, I'd see those muscles contracting when we bring them back, relaxing when we come forward. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, releasing down. Let's set those weights onto that chair. We're going to come back to those legs. So same thing, we're just going to alternate those legs this time. We're going to lift, extend, up, and bend back. Other leg. Lift, extend, another little lift, and then down. Keep that going. And let's do 4 more on here. Two more, one each leg. And then release down. Give those legs a little rub if you're feeling that. Okay, our next exercise with our weights is going to be a triceps extension. We're going to start with our weights in front of us. We want those wrists in line with our elbows. So if you find your wrists curling down or curling up, try and bring them in line with our elbows. Also, we want soft shoulders, shoulders down away from the ears. We're not going to bring those arms up here. They're going to be lower than the shoulders. Our movement is extending out. When we extend out, you should feel it in the back of that upper arm. Put your mind and your muscle. Think about that. So if you're ready and want to go unweighted, stay here. If you want to use those weights, let's grab those weights. Make sure those wrists are straight, and let's go. Extending and bending. Nice simple movement, but very effective in strengthening the back of that upper arm. Good, that's 8. We want to do 4 more for a total of 12. And 3, 2, and 1. And let's just bring those weights down. We're going to set them on the legs. Returning to a leg exercise. This one helps strengthen the outside of those thighs, those abductor muscles. This one, I think of it as working those muscles that help us get out of a car. So we're going to be lifting the leg, stepping over as if we're getting out of the car, then bringing it back in. So let's just go one leg at a time here as well. Let's lift, around, and back. Let's do 6 on this side, then we'll switch for 6 on the other side. 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1. Other side right away. Lift, around, and in. Two more on this side. 1 more. Okay, let's come back to those arms. Bring those weights up. Shoulders down and relax. Let's extend all the way out and bend. Extend out and bend. Keep it going. Get that nice form with the wrist straight. See if we can do a full range of motion here rather than just going halfway. Full range of motion. Out and in. And let's do 4 more. On this last one, we're going to hold if we can. 1 more. And let's hold out here. Keep breathing. Tendency is to hold our breath when we hold a movement. Let's keep breathing and let's bring it down. Good. Give those shoulders a little roll. And let's come back to the legs. You can just hang on to those weights on your legs. We're going to alternate this time. That movement where we come up, around, step in, other leg. Up, around, step it in. Let's do 4 more. If you're doing it slower than I am, that's absolutely okay. Work at your own pace. Last one. Okay. Let's just release it out for a minute. Give those feet a little walk out. Heel lifts, toe lifts. Good. And then just heel toe rock. Mobility in those ankles. Okay, and while we're here, let's just lift up one foot. Gently circle that ankle around one direction. And then the other direction. And let's release down. Other leg comes up. Gently circle that ankle around. And take it the other way. Good, let's set it down. All right, let's come back to those arms. We're gonna extend those arms out to our side. Our palms are gonna be facing forward, thumbs on the outside of that weight. Automatically, that's gonna open us up through our chest, so engaging those back muscles. This is for our shoulders. We're gonna alternate, raising those weights out to the side. So just shoulder height or a little bit below. So let's come on up and down. Other side. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good, that's 4. Let's do 8 more. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, release down. So this is where we're going to put in some sit to stands. What I want you to do with those weights is just hinge over from the hips and put them beside your chair, somewhere where we're not going to stand on them. So for sit to stands, you want your feet back a little bit, and so your ankles can be a little bit behind your knees. Knees aren't coming so much over the toes, just a little bit over those toes, not way over the toes. And if we're slouched back in our chair, it's going to be really hard to stand up. So we want to be more forward on our chair. If you think you need another chair to help you with balance or to rely on to help you come all the way up, put that in front of you now. And we're gonna get started. So press into those feet, use those big muscles in our legs to come all the way up, and then sit down. And let's keep this going. Up and down. Again, if it's taking you longer than it's taking me, that's okay. Let's do 4 more, then we're going to stay in that seated position. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. The reason we do that is we do not want to lose our ability to get up from our chairs. We need that functional capability, so we need to work on it. Use it or lose it. All right, let's hinge over, grab those weights again. Let's come back to those shoulder exercises. So hands out facing forward, and let's lift up one at a time, or if you want to do both arms at the same time, you can do that as well. Let's go. I'm going to start with 1 at a time, progress to 2. Okay, I'm going to start lifting both arms. You can stay with 1 at a time. Your exercise routine, you have the control. Choose what you want to do. Good, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's release down. Release those weights, give those shoulders a little roll out. Again, let's hinge over from the hips. Put those weights on the floor, either right beside your chair or under your chair somewhere where you're not going to trip on them. We're going to come back to our second set of sit to stands. So feet are probably a little wider than hip distance, if I forgot to mention that again. And if my instructions about the knees over the toes was confusing, let me just say it again. We want those knees, they can be in line with the toes rather than jutting out over those toes. So pressing into those feet. We can add our arms in this time if you want. Let's come on up. Open those arms to the side. Sit down. Good. Come on up. Open up that chest and sit. Let's keep it going. So reaching back with those glutes to find that chair, squeezing those glutes up when we come up. Let's do 5 more. On that 5th one, we're going to stay standing. 4, 3, 2, and let's hold up on this one. Holding here. Release those arms, walk those feet out. So we're going to do a few standing exercises. I'm just going to move my chair over a little bit. And let's grab those weights again. So we're going to work the back of our shoulders. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. First of all, front. I'm going to show you that my palms are facing towards the back of the room with the weights. Now I'll turn to the side. So just widen those feet out a little bit, get nice and steady and stable, and then we're just going to press back and bring those weights forward. Pressing back and forward. So just a small movement back. You may feel this in those back muscles as well. That's good. This one's a great one for our posture. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release those weights onto your chair. We are going to be working our glutes from a standing position. We're working more of the back of our body because lots of times in life we're reaching forward. We do most things forward. So the front of our body gets that work. The back of our body gets stretched out. We need to strengthen it as well. So same thing with our glutes. When we sit down, we're stretching that area. When we're standing up, we want to strengthen that as much as we can. So I'm going to turn to the side. So you can see we're going to extend one leg back. We're just going to work through the one leg at this point. Use your chair to hang on to if you need. If you want to challenge your balance here, you can have your hands on your hips or maybe just one hand lightly on the chair. So toe down, heel is up. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. A nice smooth movement up and down. Control that down. Don't just let your foot fall down. And we're staying nice and upright with that upper body rather than coming forward. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring that foot in. The other foot is going to come out right away. Same thing. Toe down, heel up, and let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 4 more on this side. Last one. Good. Let's walk it out. And then we're going to grab those weights off the chair again. coming back to that shoulder exercise. Palms are faced back, feet are hip distance apart. If you need to do this seated, you can also have a seat in your chair. Hopefully you have a chair without any arms on it so you have some room to do that. So let's press back, release forward. Press back, release forward. As always, we're using those core muscles to keep us steady and stable so that our limbs can move freely. And let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's release those weights onto the chair. Let's come back to strengthening those glutes. So one leg comes back. We're just going to do 8 of these. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. 6 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Other leg comes back. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Okay, so while we're standing, we're gonna practice our balance as well. So hanging onto a chair, let's all start by hanging onto our chair. That outside leg, we're gonna lift the heel of that foot. So toe is down. And then we're gonna lift up that foot. We don't have to crank that knee way up, just a little lift. And from here, standing on the one leg, you can maybe lift your hand off that chair. If you feel yourself wobbling, gonna go over, put that foot down, hang onto the chair. Keep breathing. And let's release it down, walk those feet out. So this time we're gonna introduce a little bit of movement with that, make it a bit more challenging. Let's plant those feet, heel comes up on that outside leg, lift up that foot, and then start pointing and flexing the foot. And then maybe lifting that hand off. Again, start hanging on again, or put that foot down if you need to, just a little bit longer. And let's release. And let's move to the other side. So I'm just going to move my chair over. You can walk around to get to that other leg. So outside leg, we've switched legs. We're going to lift up through that heel. Lift up the foot off the floor. Then lifting the hand off the chair. Grab on if you need. Just staying here. Don't forget to breathe. And let's release down. Walk it out. And let's add on to that by introducing that little bit of movement. Plant those feet. Heel lifts on that outside leg. Foot lifts. And let's flex and point those toes. And then lifting that hand off. You can feel those muscles in that foot that's on the floor engage. A little bit longer. And let's all come down. Walk those feet out. Good. All right, let's turn our chair forward again if you've turned it. Make sure you take those weights off of it and put them underneath. Let's have a seat again. So just working those core muscles a little bit more, and then we're gonna have a nice stretch. So sitting up nice and tall, knees are in line with our hips, and we're just gonna let those hands rest on our knees. What we're gonna do to prepare is hinge forward from the hips, slide those hands down over the knees, and then come back up. And let's keep moving with this. In this position, rather than rounding forward, keep that head up in line with our spine. We We don't want to drop that head down. We want to engage those neck muscles, keeping it up. Let's do 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so from here, let's cross our arms over. We're going to be hinging forward again, taking those elbows towards our knees. If they don't come right to the knees, don't worry, that's okay. Just take them towards the knees. So hinging over from the hip, back in neutral, then coming up. Good, so when we hinge forward, our back muscles are stretching. When we come up, those back muscles are working to pull us up. Our lower back is part of our core as well. Let's do 4 more. Stop if you need to, if you're experiencing pain with this. 2 more. Listen to your bodies. Make the adjustments you need. Okay, let's release down. So this one, we're going to hinge back a little bit. When we hinge back, those muscles in the front of our bodies are going to be stretching. When we come forward, they're going to be working to pull us forward. So when we go back, you do not have to go so far back that your upper back is hitting that chair. We just want a little movement back. I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see. So hands just on those legs, and then that little hinge back. You can feel that core engage and come up. Little hinge back, come forward. You should be able to feel that right away when you make that hinge back. I certainly do. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, we're going to hold back on this one. Let's hold here, breathe here, tight, 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 right through that midsection and back. And let's come up. Good. Let's just roll those shoulders a bit in case we're holding tension in the shoulders while doing that. And then moving into our stretching. So let's extend one leg out in front of us. Heel is down, toe is up. Let's inhale, lengthen through that upper body. Exhale, we're going to hinge over, breathing here, resting those forearms on that bent leg. Again, keeping our head up, facing forward. You should be able to see me rather than dropping our head. This just helps to work on that posture. Shoulders are up too, rather than rounded forward. And we're stretching the back of that upper leg muscle, our hamstrings. And then we're going to press that toe gently forward. So pointing those toes forward. And let's come all the way up. Let's extend that other leg out. Inhaling up nice and tall. Exhale. Pull forward, holding here, breathing here. Just staying there. I'm going to get my music going again. And gently press those toes forward. And let's come all the way up. Let's walk those feet out wide. Again, inhaling up nice and tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Breathing here, resting those forearms on the legs. Keeping that face up, head up. Stretching out those inner thighs. And coming all the way up again, walking those feet in. We're going to come up to standing to do the rest of our stretches. So let's come all the way up. We're going to extend one leg back behind us. The other leg is bent. Knee is bent in line with that ankle. pressing through that back heel, stretching that calf muscle. And then we're going to lift that back heel, sink that back knee down, changing that stretch to the front of our upper leg, our quadriceps. If this one is harder to hold, step out of it when you need to. Your body will tell you. And let's all step out of it, walk those feet out. Extend that other leg back behind you, press that heel down, bend that front knee. Again, knee is in line with that ankle. Nice, safe spot for your knee. And let's lift up through that back heel, bend that back knee a little bit. Again, changing that stretch to the front of that leg. And let's come all the way up, turning to face forward. If you're at the side, just walking those legs out. And let's inhale those arms out to our side. Exhale, leaning back a little bit, opening up through that chest, breathing here. Looking up on that diagonal towards the wall in front of you and the ceiling. Stretching out the front of that neck, stretching out our chest. And let's inhale, reach those arms to the side. Exhale, cross those arms over. Breathing here. Stretching out the back of those shoulders, the upper back muscles. And let's think about which arm is on top. We're going to change it. So inhale, opening up. Exhale, cross the other arm on top, holding here, breathing here. And let's release down. Let's come and have a seat again. Almost finished. Let's stretch out those triceps. So we're going to take one arm up and back. If this is painful for the shoulder, just bring it down a little lower. As long as our arm is bent, we're going to get that stretch through the triceps. And let's release this, move to the other side, remembering keeping that elbow pointing forward or coming up a little farther if you wish, or somewhere in between those 2 points. And let's release down. Let's give those shoulders a roll. Let's widen those feet out. We're going to take 3 good deep breaths to finish off. So we're going to inhale, those arms come up. Exhale, hinge forward. Good. 2 more. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhale, sinking. 1 more. Breathing here, coming all the way up, rounding through that back, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Roll those shoulders back and down. Give yourselves a little hand. We are done. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I miss seeing all of you at the Y and Ladies Only, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again sometime soon. Take care. This is Arlene saying goodbye for now.